Matt, thank you
How
for
are you?
coming on, man.
Matt, hello,
How's it
mate.
going, bro? Hiya, mate. How you doing?
Good, good. We appreciate your time. We appreciate you coming on. Obviously, you got a mega fight coming up this week in Newcastle. I know your opponent's just pulled out as well. So, what kind of spanners is that thrown in the works?
Do you know what it is, mate? When I found out on Monday morning, it threw me a little bit. But listen, we're professional. We have to get straight back to it. My team worked brilliantly well to bring in a new opponent, and not everyone's ready. Surprisingly, not everyone's ready to fight 10 rounds. But this guy was, and he's ranked higher than me. Patrick Mendy, he's called. He's boxed Callum Smith, Chris Eubank Jr. He beat Dimitri Chudinel, I think was his name. So yeah, listen, mate, it's a better opponent, better win, and yeah, it should push me back up towards English title, British titles.
So it's a big fight then.
It's
Yeah,
He's
massive,
got some
mate.
names.
Yeah,
He's
yeah.
got some names, man.
Shit.
Yeah, mate. Yeah, I'm actually really, really excited. So we've been studying them all week, me and my team. Funnily enough, right? So the Scottish guy I was meant to be fighting was a southpaw. I found it really hard to get southpaw sparring. So my last 2-3 spars have been against orthodox kids, Alex Farrell and Mark Jeffers, English champion, which were brilliant spars. But I was like, fucking hell, I'm fighting a southpaw. But it turns out it's worked out perfect, mate, because this next guy is my new opponent is an orthodox kid. So couldn't have went better.
But that's what's like. Is that a good thing for you? Like, because some people wouldn't take the fight from your perspective either. They might say, "Do you know what? I've just had a bit of a war. In my last fight, do I want to be taking a fight on 3-4 days notice, 5 days notice?"
Nah, mate. Do you know the worst thing that I was worried about was my team says, Matt, all we can get you is a journeyman over 6 rounds, and that would have upset me even more, because that's not what I've trained the last 8 weeks for. Like this year, last year, everything I've put into boxing, doesn't matter whether he's southpaw, mate, or orthodox. If this kid's ready to box 10 rounds and he's ranked higher than me, it gets me excited. It gets me up for this fight. It gives me enough motivation and drive to get that
Prove
victory.
yourself.
Completely, man. I'm not in this
Yeah, man.
to fight nobodies and tell people I'm a professional boxer. I'm in this to go as far as I possibly can. We've got a very short career anyway, in terms of boxing, longevity. So yeah, mate, I want to keep the momentum I've got and get the victory.
How was your overall camp at this time out?
Jonas, mate, really good, no complaints whatsoever. I've been seeing an osteopath once a week. I used to get really, really tight legs, and like from running, I would put off running a bit. I used to think everything was like the issue was with my legs, but it wasn't. It's been with my back and my glutes and my hip flexors. And she's been working on this every week, and I feel so much more flexible, so much looser. So that's something I've added.
Loose.
Yeah, mate, I feel brilliant, and I've added that to this camp, as opposed to just yoga and stuff. So every camp you add something in, and that's probably been the best thing. This camp, shout out Body Repair Clinic in Gateshead to Chiller. So yeah, with every fight, every camp, you sort of figure something out, add something to it, and you become more refined as a fighter, I suppose.
Is the maintenance of the body an important part of your camp? Sort of like strength and conditioning, like you just talked about, massaging, even nutrition, all that maintenance. Like, it's not just boxing, is it?
Nah, mate. Like boxing makes up, I don't know what sort of percentage you would put it at, right? But if you're not taking care of your body after your boxing sessions, your strength and conditioning sessions, which are essential, if you're not taking care of your body, then you're just going to fall to bits and you're going to get injuries. And maybe that's why a lot of fighters, their fights don't materialize and they have to pull out, because maybe they aren't taking care of themselves the way they should be. Like the supplements I take every day, other fighters don't, and then they've felt like they've had no energy, and they've done tests and they've found out they've got issues with themselves and stuff, you know. So, like, I think I cover all of those bases. But the recovery is essential as well, mate. You know, I can't touch my toes, but I'm a lot more flexible thanks to yoga.
Yeah.
But I still can't touch my toes. But if I didn't have that, if I hadn't started yoga like 2 years ago, God, man, maybe it wouldn't be boxing, you know.
What is yoga proper helped with your boxing then? Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
How often do
Because
you do it?
I try and get in once a week. Can't always get in once a week, but once every couple of weeks. Shout out Hot Pod Yoga Morbith, to Peter and the guys down there. And you do it in a big tent.
Yeah.
It's set to 37 degrees, so you get a good sweat on. It's brilliant.
I
So
was
it's like a
just
sauna yoga.
yeah.
Yeah.
So you're
Awesome.
proper open.
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
mad.
Because the idea is, like, the heat gets your blood flowing quicker, so you're not stretching and like doing anything like that cold. So therefore, you're not going to have any injuries, or
Yeah.
there's less chance of you having an injury.
Have you just been sort of obviously you had a we touched on it on the podcast as well, but you had a big last fight against Jordan Reynolds. Obviously, it was a close fight as well. Have you just been raring to go after that fight? Like, did you want this sort of 3-4 months, or would you prefer to have a fight in the middle?
Well, I was scheduled to have a fight in October, but I wasn't quite there, you know, physically, mentally, and it was against a really dangerous journeyman over 6 rounds, same day win, and all of these things were like, you know, playing a factor, and this guy, his record doesn't do him justice. He's a really good fighter, and I thought it's a lose-lose for me, and if I'm not 100%, I'm you know, it's a very risky fight to take. So we cancelled that fight. The show was brilliant. I went to the show and supported my teammates who were boxing, and then that kind of gave me that nice little break to sort of get in for this camp, you know.
Yeah, because obviously this is going to be. Is this at middleweight as well?
So this is
Oh.
Connection. Oh, we're back. King of the North, mate. He knows when the connection's dodgy.
yeah. Someone just tried to call me, man. How rude. I can't even put my phone on airplane mode because it'll cut you guys off.
Yeah. What this is this at super middle or middle?
This is super middle, 76.
What was the
kilos.
fight with Jordan at?
That was middleweight.
That was middle. So is middle somewhere you want to get back to, or are you happy just to sort of go through both?
No, this will be my last fight at super middleweight. Definitely want to get to middleweight next year because I felt fantastic at middleweight. It's harder to get to, obviously, but you know, I felt brilliant. You know, my performance says it all against Jordan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Would you be able to do the same day weigh-ins at middleweight?
No way, mate.
Yeah,
I couldn't do this. I couldn't
Yeah.
hit 76 kilo, mate, at same day. But I'd like to think my same day weigh-ins are gone, mate. You know, like this fight, it's a big 10-round fight, mate. It's a day before weigh-in.
I don't think they should do same day weigh-ins.
Nah, they shouldn't.
Because they don't even do that
Money.
with low-level MMA, like low-level MMA, even amateur MMA. They don't do same day weigh-ins.
Do you know what it is, mate? It's money.
Yeah,
It's all money because you've got to. If it's a day before, you've got to pay an extra night for the opponent in a hotel. You might have to. The flight might cost more or whatever. So yeah, it's all money, bro.
you're going to be
Just
getting
like
better quality fights, though, man.
Yeah, rested, eating.
Yeah, completely.
Like, I
Like,
suppose
you
if
know,
that's the game. That's the game, man. You got to play it.
you know what it is. I didn't mind doing a few of my like learning fights, but I'm done with that shit. You know, like I'm not in. I haven't came as far as I came. You know, like to do same day weigh-ins again. So fuck that shit.
Yeah, but that's what I mean. You're sort of at a stage of your career as well where you can pick and choose.
Yeah,
Like, it's not make or break, but you're at a stage where it's like you said about your last fight. If it don't make sense, I don't need to do it. I only need fights that make sense, and I only need fights that take me to the next level.
completely, man. Yeah, completely. Like,
because yeah, go on. Sorry.
the only fights that get me excited, bro, are like, you know, boxing these kids in the top 15, top 10 in Britain, with title, you know, if there's a title on the line, again, because you know, that's the reason I'm in boxing. And, you know, I've got a lot of ambition and hunger.
Is that still the goal for you? English title,
Yeah, Brad Pauls, if he's listening.
Brad
I'll have
Pauls.
you, boy.
May as well,
Do you know what it is?
may as well take Linus Shadofia out first.
Is he fighting him? Or
Nah,
has he
Linus
got
had a fight last week.
He did, didn't he? Yeah.
I think Brad was meant to be on that card as well, but Brad pulled out. I think his opponent, John Harding Jr., I think he got injured.
Yeah, no, I heard Brad was injured from a good source. So I hope he's all right. Listen, and I hope he overcomes that. I've seen the fight has been rescheduled for like next year.
Yeah.
But yeah, English title. And mate, I'm sure Nathan Haney's got a massive target on his back, but give me that fight. Give me him.
Yes, I love it.
Do you see? Because I think a lot of people look at Nathan Heaney and think he is a good boxer, but I think a lot of people think he's a beatable boxer, even though he's like 18-0 now. Is that a fight where you think like stylistically you're like, yeah, I could probably do a job on him?
Do you know what it is, mate? He might do what he done against Denzel. If I just try and walk him down, like he'll box and move, box and move, box and move. It was a brilliant performance. So I don't know. Like styles do completely make fights, don't they? We'll have to see, but I'm sure everyone at middleweight wants to fight him now.
Yeah.
But what a guy, by the way. Like I didn't know much about him, and then I went there. I was at Manchester. I watched it live. He's like the amount of tickets he sells is phenomenal. So that Stoke crowd, we were like right in the middle of it, and I was saying to my mate, I was like, "Yeah, I think we better chant with these guys. You know, they might turn on us." So at the end, we were like, Nathan Heaney, he's one of our own. Singing all these Stoke songs. It was so funny. But then I've listened to a load of interviews with him after. He seems like such an honest, humble guy, you know, and it's just that's again why I'm in boxing. To win that British title, it's like Stoke winning the FA Cup. Every time he talks about it, he wells up because it means that much to him, and I just think that's what it's all about. That is why we do this.
Do you obviously you were at the fight as well. Do you think it was Nathan performed very well or Denzel had an off night? What do you kind of think?
I don't know, mate. Is that not maybe disrespectful to Nathan? Maybe Denzel probably say he had a bad night, but I thought he said he was like, if I stand in front of him, he will knock me out. So this was our plan: box and move, and he still caught me a few times, and he rode those shots well. But it was just a great performance. But yeah, maybe his Denzel didn't turn up. So,
to be fair, you have to like.
I don't think you can the fight though. You know what you're coming into, innit? I feel like you just got outboxed. That was the better man that day. That's just the facts. Because everyone knows what you're coming there for. You're coming there to fight. You got to show up
completely.
If you're not going to show up, you're going to lose.
And when you actually listen to his coach talking as well, his coach was saying like, don't stand in front of him. Get out of there. Move. Just listen to me and just move out of the way. Just keep boxing him because when you're boxing him, you're winning. When you're standing there, he wants you like that, doesn't he, Denzel?
His coach was brilliant.
Hey man, he wants you.
Yeah, his coach was. His coach. When you listen to the fight back, like his coach was
so much passion there, man.
Yeah,
I loved it. You know, like the two of them together. There was some of the things he was saying as well. It was like dead obvious, but he said it with so much passion. I was like, this guy.
He'll make you run through a brick wall, man.
Yeah, he really would. Yeah, and like you know what it is as well. I wanted to see that because I've sparred with Denzel a couple of times this year, and you know, like again, I didn't know anything about Nathan Heaney, but I was like, oh, Denzel will wipe him out, similar to the last fight he had with the Scottish fella. But you know, that was disrespectful from me, and like Nathan Heaney, wow, what a performance, man.
Yeah, good fight. But like you said, that middleweight division, especially because obviously we had Jordan's coach on earlier, Tony, and he was talking about domestically that middleweight division is stacked for fights. stacked.
Yeah, mate. It is.
Does that sort of get you? Is that why you want to be at middleweight as well? Does that sort of get your juices flowing?
Yeah, it certainly does. I feel like after my last fight at middleweight, I feel like that is definitely my way. You know what it is? I could have definitely made super welter in my 20s. Not now. I wouldn't even attempt it. But I was probably a super welterweight. Looking back, like I can't believe I've been at super middleweight for so long. Well, anyway, I'm 32 now, mate. So there's no way I'm going to make
Super welter, man. I don't know. That is, you might have been killing yourself getting down there, man. 'Cause you're not
Well,
a
mate,
small guy.
did you see Troy Williamson on the weekend?
Nah, I
So
didn't.
he makes super welter. He's probably half an inch taller than me. And how he makes super welter. But he's at that age now. He's like probably 30, where he can't really make that anymore. He kills himself too much, and I think that kind of showed on the weekend there because he lost. So he should come up to middleweight. So you can do it in your 20s, but not in your 30s. Like no way.
Yeah, we do actually have a question here as well from the Instagram. So this is for you. Your dream fight can fight any active fighter in the world.
In the world, wow. So is this like, should I be realistic about this, or should I just be like?
I'd say do
anyone?
each. One of each is good. So realistically, and then whoever.
Realistically, it would be Nathan Heaney for the British title because I feel like that. I'll get this win on Saturday, puts me right back up there. I feel like that is only a couple of fights away, as long as the politics work. Because you know what boxing's like. As long as the politics work out, I feel like that fight is only a couple of fights away. So yes, that fight I would take that tomorrow. I really would. But in the fantasy world, got to be Canelo, hasn't it?
Yeah, and dollar signs.
even if it lasted a round, I don't think it would because I'd be able to evade him for at least a round. Like, but who knows? You never know, mate. I'm tough as old boots, so might surprise a lot of people. Who knows?
What is like a realistic roadmap for you to sort of get to the British title? Do you think? Like, if you had to sort of, I know you don't want to look too far in the future or anything like that, but if you had to sort of map out a path, would it be like win Saturday, try get that Brad PAULS fight? Would there be one before and then get the Brad PAULS fight and then go for the British? Like, what's the sort of realistic roadmap?
Well, with the previous opponent who's just pulled out, the winner was promised a Commonwealth silver shot in Glasgow in March.
Mm.
So we were sort of planning down that route. But that might not happen now because he's not. It was his management team who was putting that fight up. They might still keep their promise. They should really, because there was nothing to do with us. But yeah, the Brad PAULS fight. I feel like that fight could be just around the corner, and that really excites me. I feel like I would definitely cause him a lot of trouble. I've got the beating of him. So yeah, just any of those big fights, But in the meantime, if they don't happen, right, give me someone else in the top 10.
Yeah, you just want to stay active and stay on a good level.
Me, I'm a 10-round fighter. You've seen what my engine's like, my fitness. I don't want to be boxing anything less than 10 rounds now. Just put my light back on. Is that enough light? Sorry.
No, it's fine. It's fine. We've got a few questions anyway, and we'll let you get on because obviously we know you're in the business part of the weight cut.
Yeah, mate. I mean, I've had, in terms of food today, I'll tell you what I've had. So I've had a little bit of fudge. Is it fudge or fudge?
Yeah.
So fudge
0%
this morning. No. So I'm normally on the 0%, but my nutritionist is like, fight week, you're allowed 5%. Fuck me, it's a game changer.
It tastes so much better, doesn't it?
Mate, it's unreal, the taste of it. So I had that with some couple of squares of dark chocolate, some blueberries. And then after I trained this morning, last training session, just really light stuff, keeping sharp, keeping fast. I had some salmon, like 200 grams of salmon and some spinach. So tonight I've got like a 4-egg omelette. Oh, I'm looking forward to that. I'm just cherishing it.
But you're still eating like decent enough food. Obviously, you're still training, but you're eating like nice meals, like maybe not loads of it, but you're eating like the meals sound right. Like they don't sound like boiled chicken and rice. Do you know what I mean?
Mate.
Chicken and veg.
Mate.
Bodybuilder ones.
Yeah.
Do you know what it is? Like
chicken and a rice cake.
Fish and a rice cake. Let's have some. I wouldn't mind some of that, mate. Fish and rice cake.
This man's fucking hungry, man. He's starving. Someone get this man something.
That's quite appetizing to me right now. Yeah, but since like learning about nutrition and obviously cutting the calories down for every fight, like I feel like my taste buds, like I like so much more food now. That before I was like, oh no, fuck that, but now, man, I love it. Like eggs, I only started eating eggs 2 years ago. The nutritionist I was working with at the time, he was like, "Matt, I need you to try eggs. They're a superfood." And I was like, "Oh, really?" So I just hated eggs, or I convinced myself I hated eggs. So I started bringing them in, right? Now, 2 years on, I absolutely love eggs. I'm obsessed with them. So it just proves that it's all in your head. So you can convince yourself that you like anything. That's what I've worked out from it.
Well, this was end of times, and you only had one thing to eat. You got to eat it.
Yeah, completely.
It's one of them ones. We've got so much choice now. No one wants to eat anything. Everyone's picky.
Yeah, mate, that is the problem, isn't it? It's a massive problem with society. Like I shoot, so I go shooting in the shooting season. I shoot birds, and I always take them home. Pheasants, pigeons, woodcock, duck. I always take a brace home. I'll prepare them, cook them, and eat them. I keep the hearts, keep the liver, eat the lot, and I'll put a few videos on my social media, and people are like, "You're a fucking sick bastard, you're a serial killer," and I'm like, "What? But you'll happily bleached chicken. You don't know where that's came from a supermarket. You don't know how it's been killed. You'll happily eat that, but you think I'm sick because I've shot this animal and I'm going to eat the whole thing. Like, weigh that up."
I see the other day you put on your story, you were like shot, cooked, eaten. Like what was you cooking? Just pheasant? Was it just pheasant?
It was either pheasant or duck breast. Yeah, I had both.
Do you feel better from eating it? Because I heard a fighter that was on Joe Rogan before, Alex Gustafsson. He's from Sweden, and he said that he feels way better eating that sort of food, that he's caught himself and sort of not getting processed food from the shop or pumped with water or whatever it is.
Yeah, completely. I mean, like we know when these birds have been put down. Like we see them as chicks. The gamekeeper rears them all year, and then we shoot them in shooting season. So we know that like the lifespan of that animal, and then that it's game meat, so it's really lean and nutritious anyway, full of amino acids, very low in fat. I feel absolutely fantastic. I really do. The duck breasts.
Yeah, that's a good diet, man.
Yeah, the duck breasts don't taste like any other duck breast I've had from a supermarket. So what does that tell you? They've got so much more flavour. It's just really good quality meat. Joe Rogan always talks about the wild game, like the elk that he shoots, just full of goodness.
Is this something you've been doing for a long time, the shooting and that?
Just a couple of years. Yeah, but it's something that I'll always continue to do now,
Yeah, because you're a big walker and stuff like that as well, aren't you?
Yeah, I love my other love is climbing mountains, scrambles, clinging on for dear life, It's kind of like boxing, if you're hanging off the edge, literally hanging off the edge of a cliff, you're not thinking about anything else. Yeah. You're just thinking about fucking survival. If I slip me, I'm dead. Like as mad as that sounds.
Man.
What are you climbing up like the faces of them and that?
Yeah, mate.
Are you doing some like proper mad, like risky climbs and that?
Have a look at the north face of Ben Nevis and the Coolin Ridge on Skye. That's probably one of the best days I've ever had on the mountain. We went to the Isle of Skye, like right up in the Highlands of Scotland. It's a big island, and it was the most beautiful weekend. The weather was just perfect, no wind, no cloud, and we had this amazing day on the mountain. But it was all, you literally clinging on for dear life. And if the conditions weren't what they were, you need a rope. end up. If there's a slight bit of moisture, you've got to have rope. But the rock was so sticky to your shoes, you could do it without ropes. But it's that adrenaline, it's that buzz. Those endorphins getting released when you're looking at the views and you look back at what you've just conquered. It's phenomenal.
Yeah, that's mad.
That is crazy.
That's surreal.
Yeah, that is.
There's not many mountains down your way, though, is there?
There's a few hills. There ain't no mountains. Yeah.
You've got Wales, North Wales. There's some decent scrambles.
Yeah. You just went to one, didn't you?
Yeah, I went to Lake District. I done Scaffold Pike.
Yeah. Lakes is brilliant, mate. It is.
Yeah.
Amazing. Yeah,
I thought it was going to be a lot harder than what it was, but it was pretty easy, to be fair.
Well, if
I didn't go with my missus, I would have done a different way.
Yeah. You climbed the highest mountain in England, so well done.
Yeah. I didn't realise that till I was up there.
Yeah. Scaffold Pike, highest mountain in England.
Yeah,
but it's good. Good fun.
Yeah, it's lovely though. The scenery, man. Like I said, the scenery is just it's unreal. Your eyes, like taking photos and that, just don't do it justice. Like it's what you're seeing.
Yeah. It's just amazing. And if you get a good day and you've got a cloud-free summit, like that's what makes it all worthwhile.
We literally got up there and it was cloudy, and then I was like, I'm gonna have a little lunch to give me 5 minutes, and literally up there for 5 minutes, all the cloud cleared, and I was just like, fucking, this is unreal. This is mad. Yeah, the sun's just pinging through, and I was just like, Jesus, man. It's surreal. Yeah,
it gives you an amazing feeling.
Felt very present. Yeah. I feel like I need to do that more often.
Yeah, you should, mate. You know, like being at one with nature, you know, like it's just phenomenal.
Yeah, life can sometimes so hectic, innit? You forget you need to just be like centered sometimes. And when I go for walking, I'm pretty centered because I don't want to do nothing else but look.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
definitely. I mean, we live crazy lives when you think about it. You know, like where we live in these metropolis, these crazy cities, and everything is just work and hustle and bustle, and it's mad.
You're grinding so much to get to that destination. You want that destination, and you're just on a conveyor belt. You're just grinding, but you forget like all this time you're grinding. That these are all years and time. This is all years and time just wasting as well at the same time. So sometimes you have to find that spot to just unwind a little bit, relax, review your situation, and just be present. Even if it's for a weekend, just relax, calm down. Nothing's going nowhere. You're going to get back on the train. But sometimes you don't want to be on that train where you're on the train for so much. And then next thing you know, you get to that destination. You're just like, this is shit.
I just missed everything on the way up.
Yeah, I've missed everything. Yeah. You just wasted time. And time's precious, man.
Time is very precious. It really is.
Very precious.
You find that out the older you get. You're like, because obviously time goes faster, doesn't it? It's never changed. But as a kid, those years take so long because you don't understand it. You don't care about it. Now when you care about it.
Like lunch breaks would go forever. I'd be at school and lunch would be the longest break. And now you're like, you go for a lunch break at work or something, or you're doing something. It's just like zap, come home, zap.
Yeah, back to the Ferris wheel.
Yeah.
Lunch break's done. Back to the Ferris wheel.
Hamsters.
This crazy fucking Ferris wheel that we call life.
It is pretty mad when you think about it, though, isn't it? Like you do everything for. Well, sometimes I think, what am I actually doing it for? What do I do it for?
Oh, mate, honestly, it is. It's insane. And the more I think I figure out about life, and the more understanding I get, I'm like, what the fuck is going on? You know? Like it's just mad. And then I've been watching loads of Brian Cox on YouTube. And when he tries to explain the size of the universe, I'm just like,
he's a legend.
But our minds aren't meant to.
Yeah, they can't even our minds can't comprehend it.
Yeah, just can't. But he tells you with a smile on his face, and it's like,
he loves it. That's why he fucking loves it.
He does.
When he's telling you, like, he fucking loves saying it.
Yeah, he loves seeing other people's minds scramble.
Yeah. Yeah, because when you can't understand something like that, like a slight bit of like panic sets in. It's like, shit, what the fuck are we? What are we? What are we?
That's why you can't tell people a lot of things, man. And we saw that with COVID.
Oh, the boy's trying to get us taken down. Second, he's trying to get us...
toilet roll. You go
us
to the toilet and wipe your ass. You know what I mean? With your hand. You know what I mean? We got 2 hands.
Mate, I could think of 100 different ways to wipe my fucking arse, and like, again, people freaking out over toilet roll. Like,
yeah, that's what I mean. What? It's been like 2 years now, and it's already a fucking joke.
Yeah.
Wait for another 5 years. It's going to be fucking a film.
That Boris Johnson has been getting grilled today and tomorrow. I noticed about the COVID. It's like a COVID inquiry, but it's totally pointless because nothing is going to happen, right? That man should probably be hanged in the street, you know. But like, nothing's going to happen, you know. He's not going to be found guilty in a criminal court. So what the fuck's it all about?
Walk down the street and stoned, man.
Mate, yeah, mate. In certain areas of the country, he would be, man, wouldn't he?
Yeah, that's the thing. I think they have to make it look like they're trying to do something, but I think the general population knows that you're not, are you?
Yeah. Do you know he gets a police guard outside his house for the rest of his life because he was Prime Minister at the taxpayer's expense?
Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy. Someone was saying earlier, like my old man was looking at something on Twitter, and the woman was saying they get £40. The MPs get £40 a day food allowance. £40 a day. What are you getting? Steak and chips.
That's that M&S.
Yeah.
It's mental. When you start deep in it, like we got government's too big, man. It's a big organisation for fucking fuck all.
Yeah, man, it's fucking ridiculous.
Hey,
man. I know this is the country, the society we live in. Hey, at least we can watch American politics and be like, you find it absolutely hilarious.
Yeah, like a comedy show. That's what we use it for.
Donald Trump, though, right? Joe Rogan was saying this. He was like, he's basically doing stand up. You know, when he's at these rallies, and the way like taking the piss out of Biden and whoever else, he's so funny. He is
he's king at it,
hilarious. Man. He is.
I feel like that's that Bronx, that New York style, though, isn't it? He's just a funny guy. He is that. That's where he comes from. He's funny. He's a character.
Yeah, yeah.
And people can't take him.
Yeah, people buy into it though, don't they? Like literally half of America will vote for him again because he's just funny. He's hilarious. People can relate to that if they're like jokers and piss takers. They don't really care. I feel
like he's just human, isn't he? He don't care. He's a lad, isn't he? Like he says some outrageous shit. He does say some outrageous shit, but that's just his character. He's not a system player to a certain degree.
Yeah, completely, man. And I think he's probably all for himself as well. Like all about the Trump show. His path to glory, you know. But I don't know. It's funny from like. Being in the UK and being able to watch it, it is just hilarious.
Yeah, I watch Americans now, man. I just think what, because I watch so many Americans, I just think your country is fucked up. Yeah. It's so twisted. The people, from the outside looking in, it looks just so twisted. I'll see some of them. Where was it the other day? I think it was California, like the Chinese president's coming to visit there or something like that, and they basically just like swept all the homeless people off the street.
Man.
Like,
was it San Francisco?
I don't know where
San Francisco.
Yeah, San Francisco. That's it. Yeah.
Yeah. They just done it overnight, didn't they?
Yeah. Why didn't you do this long time ago? Like what's been going on? They're funny, man. It's so funny. It's an act.
Yeah, it's insane, isn't it? Like a dictator comes to town and they fucking clean the place up. Mental.
Yeah. Would that be, Matt? Just quickly on boxing again. Would that be somewhere you'd want to go and do some sort of like boxing training? Is it ever appealing?
Oh yeah, love to, mate. Love to. Well, in fact, my coach was saying this morning, that because Buddy McGirt.
Yeah.
Become quite friendly with Buddy, and he's going to come up to the show on Saturday. So he's coming up to the show to watch the show. And we're gonna ask him if we can go out to Florida. That's where he lives, and just do a training camp with him, and chill out with his boxers, spar with his boxers, whatever. That would be fantastic. I would love to do that.
It'd be a great experience, man.
Yeah,
100%. But Matt,
it's all part of the journey, man.
Yeah, different styles, different ways of training, just different mentalities.
To me, mate, it's just a crazy journey that I never expected to be doing and to have done so well And every time I go to London, every time I go to Essex or whatever, like I just make a brilliant weekend of it, a week of it, and I try and see as many people as possible and spar with whoever. And I just, I'll be able to look back one day and say, I'll give it everything.
Yeah.
I'll give it everything.
100%.
I love that,
Matt. Thank you for coming on the live show. We wish you the best of luck this weekend.
Thank you very much for having me, boys.
Yeah, lovely to speak to you, man. Wish you the best of
Yeah,
luck.
you too, man. I really appreciate it.
And thank you for coming on, man. We appreciate you as well.
Nah, it's awesome, man. Really, yeah, it's brilliant. And
yeah,
I'll get the victory on Saturday, mate, and we'll
get the victory, man. Yeah.
And you're back in the mix. Yeah. When you're next down as well, we spoke about it. And when you and Nathan are down, we'll do an in-person pod. We'll do it in the room,
bro.
And maybe that one will half and half. Half of that will have to be on Spotify because Matt's a wild boy, and this boy beside me, Rain, as well. He when it's to do with trans, man, he gets wild. He's a wild boy.
Oh, mate, don't set me off.
So, when you're down,
we need to set up a rumble.
Yeah, we'll set up.
I feel like me and you are gonna agree on a lot of subjects, and go on all night, like.
But Matt, thank you for coming on. We appreciate you, and good luck for the weekend.
Yeah, good luck, man. Go do your thing, man. See you later, brother.
Cheers boys.